He left her with the bill after his homie showed him her gram.
On Instagram it says third sucker this week, and it was the guy who was on the date. Free meals, finesse gang, hot girl summer. Oh, you cannot make this shit up. Oh my god. So the girl convinced the guy to take her to a nice dinner, and then she's like, finesse gang, you know? Like, wow, so cool, so strong and independent, so empowered, very, very nice, pleasant behavior that every man would want to marry. Women, if you ever do something like this even once in your life, you'll probably never get married. You do understand that, right? No man is going to laugh when he sees this. He's going to see, oh, you like to sucker men into doing stuff so that you can benefit and give them nothing? Okay, I'm going to take my ball and go to a different basketball court, if you know what I'm saying. What a mess. Yeah. She posted on her private Insta. Imagine that. Disaster. Yeah, like, you cannot make this shit up, guys. Seriously. Okay, anyway. Next. Yeah, and then he just calls the guy and he tells him.
Say that again. Listen. Where's that £500 gone, blood? Where's that £500 gone? Where's the £500? Where's the five? Yeah, you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar.
Exactly.
Get me? I don't give a fuck. Don't ever try to hustle, man, blood. Reality check. Fix yourself up. Fuck you. Fuck you, blood. I don't give a fuck if everybody's staring. Fuck you, blood. You deserve it, you little fucking bitch. Fuck you. This is what you deserve. You understand?
Too much swearing. But, I mean, the guy is understandably angry. Okay, next.
You laugh, but here are the receipts. Here's a government-run study, differences in frequency of violence and reported injury between relationships with reciprocal and non-reciprocal intimate partner violence. Now let me break it down for you. It basically says that 50% of the time in all domestic violence situations, the violence is reciprocal, meaning both the man and the woman are committing violence against each other at the same rate. Of the non-reciprocal times, 70% of the time, it's women doing the violence. Now, you can go ahead and look up this study and just ignore it like you probably will, but these are the facts. The problem is you have your worldview, and you have to hold on to it with everything you have.
So there you go. So this is a demonstration of basically womanist propaganda points, right? Like, their propaganda points is that one of them is that men are more violent than women. In relationships, they cause more damage. But I would argue that actually women do psychologically. Men very rarely even know how to cause psychological damage to their partner, because most men are clueless when it comes to relationships. All right. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're liking the content new to the channel, please give me a sub, hit all for notifications. You're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you'd like me to comment on a video compilation, maybe a Reddit post, please send it to theheliosblog@gmail.com. Also, if you agree or disagree with my points, leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. Let's continue.
You can't get rid of it no matter how much information that I show you. Women actually are abusing men at a higher rates at this point, but society doesn't give a damn.
No, indeed, and the reason why society doesn't give a damn about a word when it comes from women is because we live in a matriarchy, we live in a gynocracy, we live in a female-dominated social order. So all of the things, all of the freedoms that women get, including the very negative ones, they are encouraged. They are rewarded. They are supported. Or at least they are not discouraged, right? Whereas for men, it's the point of a matriarchy, right? The point of a fertility religion like womanism. The point of it is to maximally constrain male agency, right? And so that's what we see in our society. All right, let's continue.
You certainly don't.
So is everybody, we're gonna get the girls to go first and then the boys.
I find that offensive. Don't call us girls. That's sexist.
What? Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's what I find funny, okay? What I find funny is that women don't, they're starting to say, don't call us girls, we're women or whatever. But women actually like to be called girls. And there's a reason for this. It's because what women want is to maximally lengthen their agency, right? To maximally lengthen their agency, they must be youthful and beautiful for as long as possible. So actually, when you call her a girl, it's a compliment. Anyway, let's continue.
But that's what you are, a fucking girl.
Don't call us that. Again, it's just like they just want power, right? Like the point of a post like this is to show that I want you to call me what I want you to call me every single time, or else it's a word. Do you see? And if it's a word, then I can send you into a metal box for a very long time. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's continue.
Pussy Liquor 9 donated $2. Hey Absorber, I love you so much. You don't know how much you've helped me. When I was 7, I got paralyzed from the waist down, and today was the first time in 10 years I stood up to turn off your stupid ass fucking stream. End your life, you fucking bitch.
Man! What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
He must have done something really bad. That's a classic joke, by the way. Like I turned off yours, like I was paralyzed from the waist down, but I got up to turn off your bad stuff. But anyway, here is my guess, okay? My guess is that, I mean, you can see from the guy's appearance, he's not physically fit, he's not tall, he clearly hasn't worked on himself very much, and he must have said something that's, you know, very, shall we say, flattering towards women, to put it very nicely. You know what the word is? It starts with an S and ends with a P. All right, let's continue. Yeah, so the post is, I could accuse you of, you know, some really bad stuff and end your career. And the guy's like, thanks. And then the comment on this says, and y'all say it's not all girls. So this is a giant problem in the modern world, is that, again, because we live in a matriarchy, women's words are believed over men's, right? So if a girl should accuse you of anything bad, it's very likely that the whole crowd and everybody will believe her. In the court of public opinion, you're going to be crucified, right? And so you have to be very careful what you say and do in public, especially at your workplace. And not only this, if you are a famous person, you know, like an athlete who's successful, etc., you have to be very careful about who you're associating with. You can't just have random hookups with girls online, because they literally can accuse you of stuff and you can get thrown in a metal box. Or worse, you had a very promising career and that career can get just expunged. It can get thrown out the window for some stupid crap like this. So you need to make sure that you are covering yourself. And it's really rough that men have to do that. And again, it's no surprise at all that men are choosing to walk away as a result of this, because this stuff is real and can hurt you severely. Okay, let's continue.
Should a man be able to hit a woman if she spits on him?
So, in our modern 2022 world, okay? In our modern 2022 world, everyone will say publicly, you should not. You cannot. But here's the problem. The problem is that if you cannot respond to violence like that towards you, because that is actually considered assault. Spitting on someone is considered physical assault. So if you as a man cannot respond to physical assault, which if a man spits on you, that would be a fight, and not only would it be a fight, you would not get in trouble. That would be self-defense. You would not get in trouble for getting into that fight if the guy spits on you first. But not the case if a woman should do it. If you hit her, you're the one that's going to get in trouble. And again, that's because we live in a matriarchy, right? We live in a woman-favored society. And I guess the other argument you could use is men are stronger than women, so why would you hit her? But if that's the case, she should know and she should not do it, right? But because in our modern society, women are not checked for the bad behavior, what happens is the bad behavior continues and continues and continues and escalates, right? And because the bad behavior escalates, it gets worse and worse over time. Because it gets worse and worse over time, eventually it becomes so bad that this is the situation. All right, let's continue.
You even have to ask that question. If a woman spits on you or in any situation does anything to harm you and you hit her back and you're a man, you're a coward and a piece of shit.
Oh, of course. So this guy is supporting women, right? He's like, yeah, you're the worst human being in the world for responding to violence against you, right? You can't do that. And the truth is, you can't. In the modern 2022 world, should you do that, you'll be the one going to jail as the man. So you can't. But that does not say that we live in an equal and just society. No. That says we live in a matriarchy. We live in a woman-favored society.
Said the fat, depressed LGBTQ
okay,
woman.
I see.
I can hear you barking through the screen right now.
Okay. He turned it around. Good. He turned it around. Okay, let's skip this.
You have the money.
Just because I'm in this car. This could be my cousin's car, my auntie car, anybody.
You're not hitting this for free, sorry.
What you mean, though?
You're not hitting this for free.
Why?
Because it's going to change your life.
What is your...
It's going to change your life.
How is it going to change my life?
It's going to change your life, and then I'm going to have to deal with you. So in order to deal with you, I need to be like, at least I'm benefiting this from dealing with you.
Shut your ass up.
Right, so again, this is the classic, right? If you've ever seen shows like Fresh and Fit, you know that many women have this belief set, right? If I'm going to deal with you, you're going to benefit by dealing with me because I'm the prize. That's women's attitude. It tends to be, right? And so you have to provide some kind of benefit up front to many of these women, like, buying them nice dinners, buying them stuff, giving them a bag, etc., etc. And this is especially true if you live in like a city like New York, Miami, etc. Any of these big materialistic cities. Los Angeles, etc. But the truth is that men are the prize. So if you are providing those benefits to a girl just for existing, you're actually lowering yourself in her eyes. And so I always recommend that you don't do that. And the reason you shouldn't do that is because it's terrible for you. It makes you low. It makes you look weak. You cannot ever take girls on nice dates to start, buy nice things for them to start, or anything like that. No, they should earn that treatment through 6 to 8 months of solid, good, consistent behavior. Until then, girls earn nothing. It's friends with benefits or, walks to the park or coffee dates. That's it. Nothing else. Because so many women have ruined their men's good nature, right? They've ruined those privileges, and so they don't get those privileges just for existing. And I don't care how pretty the girl is. No girl deserves privileges just for existing. You must reward her consistent good behavior and nothing else. Just because she's a pretty girl doesn't mean she gets a dinner date from you. Just because she's a pretty girl doesn't mean she gets taxi services, butler services, you helping her move in, you talking to her incessantly, etc. No. These things are earned through good behavior. So a girl saying stuff like that, immediately to me, that signals not worthy, cool, friends with benefits only. And that's how it should be for you as well.
You don't even belong here. Shut your ass up.
I agree.
I just feel as if a man should accept the woman any size that they are. There's confidence, there's personality, and I'm a plus size female.
Okay, so this is the idea of the fat acceptance movement, right? It doesn't matter what size you are, you should accept us. So here's the reason why. The reason why women want this to become a cultural, societal thing, and why it's one of the pillars of womanism, is because women's agency, right, is based on their appearance. It's based on their fitness, and it's based on their age. So if women take away the one thing that they could control, and it's just determined on their age, it makes many, many more women viable candidates for relationships, for marriage, right? If it's beautiful at any size, then more women will get married, more women will be able to extract value out of men, right? That's the idea. The only issue is that men are simply not attracted to, as she said, plus-sized women. And so it doesn't matter what you try to culturally brainwash, our biological wiring is our biological wiring. So men will not be interested in a fat girl. Sorry. And so women, you need to understand that one of the pillars of being attractive to men is fitness. Fitness is the top one. There's also femininity, cooperation, loyalty, and what? Submissiveness. So if you are unfit, you are unworthy. Okay, let's see what this guy says.
Here we go with the double standards once again. I just find it funny how you think men should accept women no matter what the shape or size is. But then on the same breath, we get judged what our shapes and sizes are.
Absolutely. And not only this, women are hypergamous, right? So not only do you need to be in shape as a man, you also need to be taller, stronger, smarter, make more money than her and than most men. These are all standards that men are held to, but women want to delete and erase the standards that they're held to, you see? Again, it's just another indication that we live in a matriarchy, that we live in a female-favored, a female-centric social order. These are all of the points. I mention them in basically every video because it literally, this is a cultural norm at the moment. Okay, let's continue.
If we're not buffing, we don't go to the gym. If we're not tall enough, if we're not packing enough. But then, for you, because you're a plus-size woman, all of a sudden that goes out the door. On top of that, then you proceeded to say, oh, well, there's personality, and there's all these other traits.
Yeah, men have personality and all those other traits, right? But again, it's solipsistic to say stuff like that, right? So solipsism is that women have trouble seeing things from other people's perspective. They assume that if they like personality in men, and they would be willing to overlook something about their appearance if they had a good personality or other things they were providing, that men are the same. But they're not. Men are not the same. If a woman's body isn't good enough, the man is simply not attracted to the girl. That's just how it works. So it's not equal, not equal society. It's not men and women are not the same. It's not an egalitarian equalist society, right? You can't do the same thing as a girl and the same thing as a guy and get the same results. That's not how that works. So women, it doesn't matter what you say or what you want to culturally brainwash. Man's biological wiring is what it is. Again, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
Well, we have that too, right? Don't we have personality as well? But that doesn't matter if we're not packing. That doesn't matter if we're not 6 foot. Or that doesn't matter if we're not tall. That doesn't matter if we're not stronger. That doesn't matter if the physical appearance isn't there. But then how come for you, all of a sudden that just can go out the way and it doesn't matter? I'm just saying. You can't say you want it on this side, but then not want it on this side.
In fact, you can, and they do, and that is a ubiquitous cultural norm. Like, wanting the cake and eating it too is literally the definition of the modern 2022 woman and the modern 2022 culture in general. That is how the modern culture works. Please leave a comment if you agree or disagree.
It's like a double standard to me.
When you know you're about to get roasted, but you're going to say it anyway. Warning, unpopular opinion. The world was a better place when we let men run it. Let men run it. But again, what's funny is that I'm inclined to agree. The patriarchy did work much better than the matriarchy, and here's why. In the modern world, in 2022, because women are hypergamous, they only give attention and bedroom fun to the top 10% of men. This is what happens when you unchain women's nature. They choose the absolute winners and they discard every other man. So what happens is only 10% of men are encouraged to actually work for the benefit of society. The other 90%, they walk away. That's the eventual end state of that society. In the patriarchy, what happened is we had enforced monogamy, we had fault divorce, we had the men getting custody of the children when relationships ended, etc. And so what happened is that more than 10% of men were encouraged to work, right? It was actually more like 40% when you had enforced monogamy. And so that means 4 times as many men were working towards the betterment of society. And because of that, we had very strong society, right? Nowadays, in the modern womanist world, we don't have that. We have just this society where most men are deciding to walk away, and most men are forgoing marriage. The marriage rate is like 6 out of 1,000. That's why it's that low, because there is no incentive for men anymore to do the things they used to do for society. And so, because there's no incentive, the society goes into decline, an eventual collapse. That is the future, guys. Again, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue. Unpopular opinion. All right, let's go into our Reddit post here. This is from FDS. Men and marriage. I want to start by stating I have nothing against marriage. I believe that if women want to marry, including myself, they should take the best deal available and nothing else. That's right. So women believe that they should never settle, right? They should take their absolute best option. So the translation is that women want a top 20% man and they won't get married if they don't get that, right? Remember, contrast that with the old patriarchal society, where it wasn't just 10% of men, it was 40% of men with enforced monogamy, right? However, with so many women on my TLs, I don't know what that means, sharing screenshots like the one I will below, why are women doing the absolute most, changing everything about themselves, placing their life goals on and dreams on hold for a cheap thrill? The reason is because that's the only thing they can get. The reason why they can only get a cheap thrill is because men are not committing to women anymore. And the reason they're not is because the top 10% of men have so many options they don't have to commit. The other 90% of men are invisible. So men are just not committing anymore. The marriage rate is 6 out of 1,000. Wives are dropping the T daily, and many of us still double down and do everything possible to land one of these men babies as partners. So again, immediately when men aren't doing what women are doing, what women want, I mean, they go straight for the jugular, straight for masculinity, right? Men babies. I would never pretend I have all the answers. However, I do know that women, mostly those in my personal circle, never bother to negotiate the terms of romantic and bedroom fun relationships with a man in the beginning stages. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Because you have no leverage. And you have no leverage because you have no power. You have no power because the guy has so many options, right? And again, notice how she says in brackets, mostly those in my personal circle. That's called solipsism. So the girl is not using facts, data, and statistics. She's using her personal experience to generalize to the whole world. And that's what women do in general. They very rarely use facts, data, and statistics to make predictions about the world. They use their own personal experience. Even now, I negotiate like hell, no exceptions. Right, and there's a reason why you have no marriage, no ring, and no children. The reason is because you negotiate like hell at the beginning, no exceptions. So guys find you annoying, and they leave you at bedroom fun only. Alright, and here's another post here. I can't get my husband to understand that if I'm up all night nursing the baby, he needs to help me sleep during the day. It's something I hear from women over and over again. Or other things he doesn't understand. The meals take planning, the kids need a routine, the mothers need a routine, the grocery shopping is not a break. So notice how nowhere on this list is appreciation for what the husband is providing. Nowhere on this list is thank you for the money that goes into all the stuff that I do. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the car that you drive. Thank you for the children that you've given me. There is no appreciation. There is Me. Do more for me. I need more. It's not sharing, it's you do more. You take more of the burden. You be more. On and on the list goes. Rest assured, the problem is not that you cannot get him to understand. He understands full well what he's doing. Men are not innately stupid. But they are willing to pretend to be so in order to continuously gaslight their partners into believing the problem is one of understanding. No. The issue is, you want a man to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, come home, and then do all the stuff you're supposed to be doing. When, yes, you're sacrificing your health a little bit to take care of the children. That's how it goes. That's how it's gone from the beginning of time. And yes, the man should help a little bit, but the man should not take all of your chores so you can get a break from being a mommy. If you just communicate in some magical way, the thinking goes, this fully competent adult will finally at long last magically intuit that humans need food or houses need to be clean. Yeah, but you can buy the food, you can clean the house, he can provide the salary and the roof over your head. By working for hours a day, literally, while you're not doing that. Just try for a few more months, years, decades, the rest of your life. No, you understand these things and no one explained them to you. He understands too. He just wants you to keep giving him free labor. Yeah, this is free labor, right? It's not an exchange. So the house that the girl gets, no appreciation. The car she gets, no appreciation. The food she gets, no appreciation. The salary she gets, no appreciation. The lifestyle, no appreciation. Her helping at all is giving free labor. Do you understand how this is absolutely ridiculous? And there, like 600 women have viewed this. You see what I'm saying? They aren't all like this, and you deserve better because everyone deserves better. Women's time is as important as men's time. Settle for nothing less than full equality. Well, actually, if you had full equality, you would embrace the role that you're doing in this relationship. But you're not. You don't want equality. You want equality plus. You want the man to do more and you to do less. That's the implication by this post. And she doesn't even understand that. That's the sad part. Okay, just look at the top comment here. 35 upvotes. I heard something recently that really stood out to me. It was in regards to an A-word man. But I honestly think it applies here too because this type of man is A-word. Especially, he's A-word in some way. An A-word will suddenly offer you all the stuff you want if you try to end the relationship. As soon as you say you're done, they offer to go to counseling you've been asking for years. They offer all the behavioral changes you've begged for. It's just a proof that they know what they want and they're pretending not to understand so that they can continue to hold power and control. Right, so again, the implication of this post is what? If the woman isn't in control of the relationship, if the woman isn't in control of the frame, then the man is an A-word. You see what I'm saying? That's the idea. So what is the idea? The idea is women should be in control of all things because that is the right way. That is the true way. That is the implication here. By the post and also by the comment. Alright, I think we're going to end the video there. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking the videos, hit the sub button, hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with my points, leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. Again, thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to listen. I really appreciate it, guys. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.